Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and this is take two on recording this video. The first one, for some reason, the audio didn't come through. So I apologize for all of you who tried watching. I appreciate the fact that some of you alerted me to the fact that no audio, a lot of you alerted me to the fact that there was no audio. So this is take two on talking about activating your LinkedIn network. Now, first of all, I want to start off by saying, if you update your LinkedIn profile, your network is going to be contacted if changes in your profile. LinkedIn is going to do that automatically. If you're connected to your boss, you may not want to do that. So you have to go to the privacy settings to turn off that function that lets people know of automatic updating, and then personally contact people through the LinkedIn system or outside the system about your desire to look for work. Now, if you have a large network, LinkedIn limits the number of messages that you can send to your network to 200 at a time. So if you have 4,000 or 5,000 people in your network, I have 14,000 plus first level connections, no recruiters. I don't connect with recruiters. It would be so much easier if I did, but I don't want to help my competition. But if you have 4,000 or 5,000 people in your network, that's a lot of messages to send out through the system. And every time you hit 204, it tells you that you're over. You got to redo this. So, excuse me while I speak. Excuse me. So, better to download your list from LinkedIn, and LinkedIn lets you do that as an Excel spreadsheet, and then send out 250 at a time through email. Or if you're using a service like Gmail or Yahoo, they may limit to about 200. So it's just a lot easier to do it in your own system than to be restricted, because all that happens in your own system is you have access to it. You can format it the way you want instead of the plain text that LinkedIn forces you to send out. It just looks a lot better. And then you're able to exclude the addresses and the people that you don't want to send it to. Just delete them so you don't make a mistake. So you message them to let them know that you're looking for something. Let them know that you're exploring things and what they can do to help you. So I'm looking for a role in an organization where, or I'm looking for advice from someone who can point me to someone who I could learn from about how to find get entry into this organization. There are lots of different things that you can learn by messaging people outside of LinkedIn. And you'll notice I didn't talk about activating your own network, the non-LinkedIn friends of yours, because until you're ready to be clear about what you want, you can't really send them a message. You'll blow the opportunity. Take a little time to reflect before you send any of these messages or contact your friends. But at the end of the day, message them, say hi, have a quick social thing at the beginning, and then say, just want to let you know I'm looking for a position now. The kind of work that I do is such and such. I'm looking for an opportunity where I can. And you message them out. Now, back to LinkedIn. I want you to join groups for your area of expertise. Larger the better. You can do the same on Facebook as well, but I want you to start joining groups and being active. And there are two reasons for it. Number one is you'll make connections with people. Number two is you won't have to use in-mails to message people who are in groups with you. So it just helps beef up your network in order to do that. Now, I used an entire video the last time to talk about optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Watch number 7 in my Preparing to Job Search series. But here, I just want to remind you, you want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is SEO optimized, meaning you're using terms that people will be looking for when they try to find someone like you. And that includes the name of your company and your job title. If you have a unique job title, go to this more standard title because that will help LinkedIn connect people with you. If you're out of work, don't change your date of employment because LinkedIn disadvantages you in search results if you're not working. I want you to click the profile tab on top and then who's viewed your profile. Now this, I believe is part of a pay service. So I think the first level of pay service is $49.99 currently. I think this is a great way to build your network and simply look at people who viewed your profile but haven't necessarily contacted you. You can message them and say, hi, I noticed you looked at my profile. Was there something there in particular that you were looking for? Let's connect as well, and maybe we can help one another. Real simple thing. And what you're doing is opening a conversation with someone who ostensibly was looking for someone like you, but didn't see something there. So they skipped over the connection request. You make the connection request, open the conversation, and try and find out what it was they were trying to see. You want to follow companies you're interested in and start looking for people who work at those firms. And that's often in the current release of LinkedIn in the right-hand column, where you can see people you're connected to who are first-level connections, and then starting to network with people who are second-level connections, trying to reach out to them and connect with them, and then from there, trying to open a conversation with them. This is a way of activating connections that you're with in order to build relationship, because that's really what people want to do, is they want you to build a relationship. Without a relationship, who's going to do anything for you, right? You also want to do things like, well, let me backtrack for a second. All this is predicated on the fact that there's a statistic you need to hear. Most of you know that 70% of all jobs are filled by networking. Most of you don't know that 70% of the 70%, or 49% of them, are filled as a result of connections that you made while job hunting that you didn't know at the beginning of your search. So you always want to be in the position where you're hunting people and trying to build connections and extend past your immediate network. Excuse me, I have a reminder there. Good. Get past your current immediate network and on to people that they know, and build your network to secondary individuals, because that's most likely where you're going to find your next job. Lastly, log on to LinkedIn regularly. Check your messages. Respond to emails. It doesn't help you to have all these connections if you don't get onto LinkedIn, right? So I hope you found this helpful. My website is thebiggamehunter.us. There's a lot more there that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. And I hope you have a spectacular day. Take care.